three brave and intrepid promoted EFL Championship sides from this past season, Leeds, Burnley and Sunderland, kick off in the Premier League this coming weekend. I'm going to be keeping in touch with these sides and other ex-EFL sides in the Premier League. Not many of them still standing after the last few seasons, but we're going to give it a go in a collaboration with Matt SB and Connor McGilligan. I'll be talking to those two guys each and every week over on Connor's YouTube channel. Give that a subscribe right here, right now. We're going to run a clip talking about the opening fixtures for the three promoted sides. And at the end of the video, somewhere up there, you'll be able to click through and watch the whole conversation. Enjoy.
Well, let's get on to the games anyway, lads, because I know that's what people are hanging around for. So obviously we'll start off with Burnley, because that's what we started off with initially. Burnley going down to London for a really easy fixture, Ben, against Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, you've got the fact there's a new manager as a big, horrible, hard thing. But on the other hand, there's a new manager. There's no Son Heung-min anymore. James Maddison's got a long-term injury. Obviously, Thomas Frank would have, been praying, right, I want a newly promoted team at home for my first game. But, I mean, pattern of play should be more established at Burnley than it is at Spurs, regardless of lots of signings. So you get a clean sheet down there, Connor?
Yeah, and I think a lot of clubs, I know it was Ange, wasn't it? It was completely different, but a lot of teams went down there and gave Spurs a bit of a punch in the nose, didn't they, in terms of competition.
Oh, Ipswich won there, yeah. It was ridiculous,
yeah.
Is
so
it worth saying as well, lads, sorry, that tomorrow night Tottenham are playing in Italy in the Super Cup against PSG. So just a couple of days between that, and they'll go strong in that for the Super Cup final against PSG. So that could certainly take it out of them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously the star-studded team, aren't they, Tottenham? But once again, it's going to be so interesting to watch Burnley, see how they approach this game. Are they even going to be bothered about going forward? Are they going to be in a low block? It just feels like they're not going to come out of that. And I think that's the way all the teams are going to have to go up against some of these top sides as well. So, yeah, 11 at the back. But I can't help but look past. I don't think Burnley are going to win this game, lads. As much as we give them the arm around the shoulder, I think it's going to be very, very difficult. I think Tottenham have got two squads, really, haven't they, that they could put out there and probably be highly competitive in the Premier League.
I'll be hyper positive and say 0-0.
Point on the board.
Get a point on the board. Get to a point per game. Clean sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, they'd take that going into Sunderland at home the next game as well, wouldn't they?
I'm going to write these down because some of them are going to be comical. Ben's gone 0-0. Matt, go on, mate. What are you going for this one?
I'll go 2-1 Tottenham. I think maybe Burnley take the lead. And
Love
as
it.
Ben said, Son...
Own goal?
Yeah, possibly, yeah. But Son's gone.
Deflection.
Madison, long-term injury. So I'm not, and probably a settling period needed for Frank as well. So I think Burnley will give it a go. They won't disgrace themselves. I don't see them conceding loads of goals. I'll go for a close game, but 2-1 Spurs.
Okay, I'm going 3-0 Spurs. Okay, let's move on. Sorry, lads. I need to learn this sort of thing in the middle where I'm giving everybody, a chance. I'm just ruthless with it, really. Okay, so then we'll move on to, we'll go to Sunderland, I guess, because Leeds are the last game of the weekend, aren't they? So we'll go to Sunderland. This feels huge. This feels like a massive game for Sunderland. Sunderland have got two massive games to start off with, obviously West Ham and then Burnley. Matt, it's a real opportunity. We're just talking about those fast starts as well at the beginning.
It is, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you don't want to be Sunderland losing this, then going away to Burnley and feel like you need to get the win. They got Brentford the following week. So
you go for a round 2 must-win game there, Matt. Hype it up for me.
What did you say earlier, Ben? You've got to beat the teams down at the bottom twice this season.
Connor said that, yeah.
Oh, Connor, sorry, yeah. So, yeah, no, I mean, look, on paper, you're probably like, oh, yes, I like this as a Sunderland fan. We could start scoring points early, but you don't want to count your points before you got them.
You've got to target, in my opinion. It's why I'm kind of quite ruthless with it. But you've got to target certain games this season at home, surely as must wins. You have to. And West Ham have got to be one of those, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because obviously, like we said, the first 3 games might look all right on paper, but we know what comes after that: Man City, Liverpool, and you don't want to be going into those games needing a result. I'll go 2-2. I'll go for a share of the spoils. I think Sunderland have a bit more togetherness. They certainly have the momentum, but West Ham, Premier League quality, maybe Jared Bowen will get a goal or 2.
Come with a Desmond, like it. Ben?
Yeah, I'll double up on the Desmond and be super positive. I'm allowed to match Matt's prediction. What we'll say about the home and away thing, and sorry, I'm going to talk about Ipswich again. Ipswich were pathetic at home last season. They were actually better away from home than they were. And what you want your home games to look raucous and chaotic and be really awkward, not all nice and get ready, Leeds, Sunderland, and Burnley fans, to watch star players from big sides referee the game for you as well. They're very good at controlling the whole kind of, they don't like being tackled, and that's what you want. You want to kind of beat up on them, but you want the away games. You want complacency. You want it to feel sterile, and you can, they're just turning up to beat poor little Burnley or Sunderland or Leeds or whoever, and go and surprise them and go and take it. So it's just a bit of a weird kind of flip around. But yeah, I'll match Matt's prediction, but I'll go for some heartbreak. It'll be like I don't know, they'll bring Bowen in and he'll score in the 98th minute or something to deny him the win.
Killer. So what are you going for there, mate?
Am I allowed to match him? Yeah, I'll go 2-2. Yeah.
2-2. I'm going to go with. I think Sunderland they've got a lot of new players, and it might take a little bit of time to mesh. I look at West Ham, and I think they're going to be in around the bottom, and I don't think this will be defining for Sunderland. I think this is going to be tough. As Ben's quite rightly said, it's just Jarrod Bowen. I think Jarrod Bowen is such a problem, and obviously they've got Paqueta still, haven't they? It's just going to be a huge. I can see it being very tight, but Connor's not doing well for these promoted sides in the first game week. Thank God for you two. I'm going to go with a 1-0 West Ham Bowen winner. Yeah. Do we give Sunderland a goal just for the cheer, maybe?
I mean, we've given them 4 between us, so
it's true. Yeah, that is true.
Up the Black Cats.
Yeah. I think we'll have a lot of people who are unsubscribing after this. Right. Okay. Let's move on to the last game of the window. Then, well, I can't give a win here, can I, after the previous two? But we'll come to you first, Ben. Leeds United taking on the Toffees. The Toffees, by the way, who have just somehow revitalised that front four. Dewsbury Hall coming in. Jack Grealish looks like it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Obviously, Illiman and Jai been in there anyway. Tieno Barry up top. It's a bit of a resurgence, it feels, for Everton at this moment in time, Ben, with David Moyes at the helm.
Well, I've always said that Ellen Road is like the worst thing about Leeds, but can be the best thing about Leeds. It can be an extra spring in their step or a big anchor hanging on all the players. I'm glad it's a Monday night. I need the sun to set. I need Ellen Road to be really bloody noisy. I need them to. Do you remember when Grealish used to go over and take corners over in that little bit where the corners?
This will happen again.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm here for. This kind of juvenile behaviour. Although Grealish bloody loves it, doesn't he? When he's the centre of attention. But come on, surely we can get a home win out of this one, can't we? Give me a really tight. And I want the XG combined to be under 1 for both teams and a 1-0 win for Leeds. And if you're giving me Land of the Giants, I want it to be ugly as sin. Horrible match. Leeds 1-0. Come on. I've got unbeaten.
Okay, because I've got to do this as well for Sunderland. I'm going Sunderland 1-1. I can't do this where they're all getting battered. They're all getting beaten on the first day. I've gone something completely different with Callum Fowler, but because you've got me hyped up and I'm apparently now a passion merchant, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Leeds win. That's all your fault, Ben.
That's what I'm talking about.
And there we go. On another video, it might be 2-2.
Oh, I always do that, Connor. I find it quite funny. One day, someone will clip me up doing the different outcome for over 3 different
big game for Leeds. A really big game. I think before the Grealish sign and maybe the Dewsbury Hall sign, I was thinking that you've got to beat your Evertons as well, but all of a sudden it feels like Everton might be looking up rather than down. Matt?
Yeah, Everton are a different kettle of fish now than they were a couple of years ago. 2-3 years ago, they were the team you wanted to pull in, but they're going to be sort of shooting for the stars this season. Their business has been really good. I don't know. I'll just go with what I've gone for in my predictions video. I've gone for a 1-1. I think Everton are pretty smart under David Moyes at game management, and they'll be able to sort of try and control that crowd. As Ben says, when the Leeds fans get going, they can really get going. But if Everton were to, go get 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, then they can really sort of silence that crowd. But if Leeds can hang on in there, I reckon they might get a draw. Thing is, though, Connor, we've looked at the fixtures. They got Arsenal, and then Newcastle. So even though I say
right.
Everton are good,
Is it a must-win, Matt?
It must be. It must win in the first. In the first three, I think it's the one you'd target, right, Connor?
It's got to be, yeah. After that, they've got Fulham away and Wolves away. Yeah, after that. Ben, what did you go for, mate? Sorry.
1-0 Leeds in an incredibly ugly game.
Okay, Matt, you're so negative, mate. I'm sick of you being on this channel already.
Right, it's unbeaten from all of us, though.
That is true.
Is it actually?
No, it's not.
You can tell it's round one.
I did a slight Burnley losing. You guys are doing all the positivity, and they might just lose. Connor went with
mate. Wait till you get into the winter. It gets really draining then.
That's it. Well, guys, thank you to the fellas for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Listen, we are looking for a name for this. We're going to be going throughout the full season, so you guys let us know in the comment section below what you think. 3 at the back